Is Julius Maada Wani Bio, the de facto president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, teaching Sierra Leoneans some lessons in critical living? Is he a factor of a new mentality that shall make Sierra Leoneans understand certain values of collective coexistence?
A critical awakening in Sierra Leone. The unintended lessons of Julius Maada Bio's presidency. When Julius Maada Bio became president in 2018, he promised a new direction, focused on education, justice, unity, and inclusive development. His eloquent speeches inspired hope in a nation hungry for change. However, as his presidency has unfolded, a different story has emerged, marked not by fulfilled promises, but by deepening economic hardship, growing insecurity, and widespread public disillusionment. One of the most alarming developments under Bio's leadership is the rise of Sierra Leone as a hub for drug trafficking, particularly the spread of Kush, a dangerous synthetic drug. This substance is destroying lives, especially among the youth, and has overwhelmed families and communities. Allegations of official complicity and ineffective law enforcement have led many to describe Sierra Leone as evolving into a narco state, where criminal networks thrive alongside weakened state institutions. Economically, Sierra Leone is trapped in stagflation, a combination of high inflation and low economic growth. Prices for essentials such as food, fuel, and transportation have soared, while wages remain stagnant and youth unemployment continues to climb. The government's reliance on donor funding and external loans has not translated into local economic empowerment or job creation. Many citizens are now forced to make painful choices just to survive, eroding trust in state leadership and exposing the limits of government policies. Public services have also deteriorated. The much-publicized free-quality education program suffers from overcrowded classrooms, unpaid teachers, and inadequate resources. The gap between the government's promises and the lived reality of the population has grown ever wider. Despite this grim outlook, a new form of awareness is emerging. Across the country, especially among the youth and professionals, there is a growing sense of political consciousness and civic engagement. Citizens are becoming more vocal, organizing protests and demanding accountability from leaders. The protests in 2022, though marred by violence, reflected a collective demand for dignity, justice, and meaningful governance. In this context, President Bio's greatest legacy may be the unintended political awakening of the people. His administration's failures have taught Sierra Leoneans to think critically about leadership and governance. They are learning that true development must be people-driven and grounded in action, not rhetoric. This rising consciousness may yet become the foundation for a more accountable and citizen-led future for Sierra Leone.
Muna, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever on a day. Afumani tunene piari sekenu usalon. Nende bla, nende mui. Bua kawina. Today, I would look at the social factors them where we not pay attention to, where now we don't take politics above, and where because of that we country day in the woods. You see, the first thing we'll get for begin understanding as Sierra Leone is development not to something where they give we a plate, a challenge, whether a personal development, whether a family development, whether a community development, district or chiefdom or country. We get for meet challenges, and then challenges here. Now, when we face them and solve them, that change where they happen Minor the development. Development not to host or motor car or road or clothes. Then things and they all now necessity where they result from a need. We need house because we for sleep outside safe. We need roads because we for travel, go up and down, for make we get exchange and interaction. We go make we do business and begin build trust and wealth. Anything we mortal man make, now because we get a challenge what we need for solve. If you need get bridge, because you get a challenge for cross a river or water. So we are made to face challenges, and we get to face challenge from before we born till we die. Possibly even after we don't die, we get to go meet other challenges. If we say because of challenges, we for look for shortcuts. If we not get them, we for destroy everything. Then we know they do anybody but we self. The attitude of lying to the people, we go can't solve our problem. We don't depend on 60 and more years. The attitude of writing big documents, talking big English where the people don't understand, telling them all is going to be well. We don't depend on 60 and more years. From now on, now we come down to earth because you know they build us na the sky. If you build us na the sky, you know get foundation, then now us not the team up. Sierra Leone is floating on the sky. Can we bring Sierra Leone down to earth and now begin face the problems and challenges with realistic approach, with realistic mentality? The main political parties them we don't rule Sierra Leone from 1961 to now. Or if I can go back comfortably from 1953, where them first begin practice governance, self-governance, even though been there under Britain up to 1961, but from 1953, we get government, we begin ministers, even though not small set for ministries, then begin increase them gradually. Then 1961, then give we independence. After independence, then say una govern una self. From that time to now two main tribes. I will begin call them tribes because that's what they have grown to be. They have grown to become tribes. Rather than being national figures with ideology and program for development, then two groups here don't become tribes. Now people and they go with their identity. Men are Apc-Slpp, men are SLPP, men on no side and they come out. May God save Sierra Leone. Then two tribes here, APC and SLPP. If they don't take 60 years trying to do what is right and they cannot do it properly, then we get all the reasons for begin do examination on their ability. We get all the reasons for begin ask questions about their capacity. It's time they stop fooling the people. It's time these two tribes, when they call themselves political parties, APC and SLPP, Then begin face the fact, say, they not get the moral and ethical currency for do what is right for Sierra Leone. It's time they begin accept, say, they not get the legitimacy to make that geographical area when at 73,000 square kilometers into a place where go be prosperous. Having a political party or a club or a tribe is one thing. Being a member of that club or tribe is another thing. Your ability to see and understand and the willingness to do what needs to be done to make that 73,000 square kilometers a place that you can be proud of, everyone can be proud of, is what is absent in these two tribes. Because of them failures, they don't come with a new way for keep the people under control. It's all about controls. It's not about national development, it's about controls. In the 60s, then they preach, Putin and get for preach, SLPP, they eat people, APC, they thief money, today and they we go to war, where will not be necessary. That war destroy the last thing we hold we together, which is the fabric will be recognized. Say, we all na salon, we connect somehow. When I see that fabric don't destroy, now then take the political club them, then turn them into tribes. This na green, this na red, this na APC, this na SLPP. Let me ask a simple question. And that question, can they beg an answer from something where Fatima Biobin say? Do I have to be a member of a political party to be a Sierra Leonean? Do I have to identify with a tribe in Sierra Leone for me to be a Sierra Leonean? If I was born in Sierra Leone, if I grew up in Sierra Leone, if I respect the laws of Sierra Leone, is that not enough for me to be a Sierra Leonean? Because that is what is stated in the Constitution. The Constitution, as a matter of fact, gets sections where they preach against tribalism or class identity. But on the reverse, we get political groups them. We consider themselves as parties, they preach tribalism. One thing the Sierra Leonean need for notice, the tribalism with them parties here they preach, they not they preach mandate team the tribalism. Then they only use their words then they preach their own groups as the tribe. If you're not SLPP, you're not Mende. If you're not APC, you're not Timni. Who told them this? Who told them that those parties belong to those ethnic groups? In 1950, when they formed the SLPP, it was about one Creole man talking to other people in the provinces, getting them to come together. The Connaught then come, the educated people from both school come, Northerners then come. They say, "Lord, from this, we call an Sierra Leone People's Party." My namesake and grandfather, Boy Jallo, a product of the Bow School and classmate to Tapley Magobe, was a founder member of the SLPP. So automatically, if we want to talk about tribes, then that means because I'm not Mende, I'm disqualified from being SLPP today. If I want to be SLPP, or do I have to identify with SLPP because my namesake now been found a member? By 1960, the APC formed. Who are the people that will form APC? Basically and structurally, people with Madingo origin. The 12 members with the Walmake number 13, Shaka Stevens, will form the APC. Out of that 13 number there, I think now only 3 they were not to Madingo. 3 or 4. The rest of them were Madingos. But today, people say APC na Timini party. I'm not kidding, I say the ignorance of the APC and the SLPP, because if people, then they are them parties, they're not able to correct the people, say, no, let me not tribalize this thing. Let me look and say, okay, everybody gets a right to an opinion. Everybody gets a right to association, as the human rights law say. But let us not take and make tribal issue. Let we find a way where we all go work together with differences. If people are not they do that, then they inside them clubs here, where then they call political parties, where then they try for making to tribes. Now, then they allow people then for go to the level of ethnicizing the country. Then I go ask, how educated are you guys? If you are not educated, what is the level of enlightenment that you have? Because even that man where he thinks he's not educated, he gets a level of enlightenment. The other way he thinks he's not educated, he gets a level of enlightenment because education is not defined by Western standards. Education is the product of we daily experience, living with each other, living with the elements of the art. The experience is what they get. And our ability for think how for face them, if there is a challenge, how for solve them, now in education. Not to for write English and speak English. If English was education, then Chinese are all not educated. But they are better than the English race today or not. The Chinese are far, far, far better than the English race. We need for Sidom na Sierra Leone, let we ask basic questions. This egocentrism, this complex will get. I am this, I am that, I'm a member of the chosen few. And the basic problem will get in Sierra Leone. And all of it comes from us who think we're educated. All of it comes from us who think we're educated. Now they do all the nonsense. Now they preach all the nonsense. Now they create all the nonsense. We make a country. We get the potential for generate between 15 to 30 billion dollars every year. Not able to get money. All time pass through, they go and bigger, bigger. And if you they go and bigger, bigger, we they do them with egoities. If you they write private jet for go bigger, bigger, you think they go give you money? You know, something is structurally wrong with the way they think necessarily. Honestly, something is structurally wrong. And I believe saying The crux of the problem of Sierra Leone is that we can make it simple. The problem is it's not a mindset issue. It's not a mindset. Let us stop making the problem simple. It's not that simple. We problem bigger than we mindset. We problem is equal to we inability for understand who we are and why we are. That's not a mindset problem. And the unfortunate side is, we dey go school, we assume say we learn book, we assume say we don't educate, but that simple identity, we not able get them clear. That simple identity, where if we understand them, it tell we say within that 73,000 square kilometers and beyond, we are all DNA connected blood relatives. Whether the man they talk Limba, the other one they talk Mende, the other one they talk Kuranko, the other one they talk Shabro, the other one they talk Bandi, or whatever we call them languages then there is an across the board DNA connection. We're not only in Sierra Leone, but it is across West Africa. If you take from Senegal right down to La Côte d'Ivoire, that all the people the way they meet then connected by DNA. All connected by DNA. Most of the people in northern Sierra Leone and greater part of eastern Sierra Leone, then DNA linked to Senegal. If you are a Cissé, your DNA is connected to Senegal. If you are a Fofana, your DNA is connected to Senegal. If you are a Say or C, your DNA is connected to Senegal. If you are a Bundu, your DNA is connected to Senegal. If you are Bunduka, which is also like Bundu, you are connected to Senegal. They get another set of DNA we connect to Central West Africa. And then Sef Namalinke. They are the Kamaras, the Koromas, etc. If we say we are educated in Sierra Leone and we don't know this, and you look at Sierra Leone, now then surnames then they defend all over. You go Bo, you meet them. You go Pujang, you meet them. You come Wamba, you meet them. You go Kenema, you meet them. You go Koenadugu, Kambia, Bombali, you meet them. That's how they call Bombali. Una know the origin of that name. Bambali is from Senegal. The region where Saïdou Mané, the footballer, born, and they call Bambali. If we don't know this, then we claim to be educated. I am sorry to say we are not. Because education, the first way for do for you, if for make you get your identity, know that you be. Then you for learn, then you will learn what other person. In Sierra Leone, we know more about other people than we know about ourselves. That's the type of education we have. That's the type of education that has made us become so ignorant that we make stupid amongst ourselves. That's why we say he learn Arabic, he know more about Saudi Arabia and other places than he know about in village. They always get European education, he know more about Europe and other places than he know about himself. And what he make him worse, they also brainwash we that we they admire what is about others. Don't tell what they hear about Lunge Bridge. Any tell them make diagram about Lunge Bridge, you they see a bridge constructed in European manner. Una go Kabbalah up Falaba area. No una go see rope bridge where they make with rope and thick. And the same bridge you now want build with concrete and steel. Alunge. Una go understudy that bridge there. See how they make them. Then look at how you go improve them for fit the weight and other things of vehicle where they expect Lunge Bridge for take. Ignorance, a disease where the human race not for allow. Religion, every religion, until we say that we go in search of knowledge. Philosophy, ethics, until we say that we go in search of knowledge. Because when you lack knowledge, especially knowledge about yourself, then you lack everything. Those who think they can be the best in politics, they are the beguna. Are the beguna. APCO, SLPPO are the beguna. Una begin learn something. Because we all not ignorant. All of you, I don't care what you think, say, be inside which party. Una all day in a cocoon of ignorance. Una begin learn. And una learn about who the Sierra Leonean is. Una learn about what the Sierra Leonean is. Una learn about the potential of that place called Sierra Leone. Maybe that would change una view about how to practice politics. You guys think you know. You don't know a thing about who you are. That's why you want to do good, but you do it wrongly. Una go learn Udana the Sierra Leonean. Una learn the reason you make Sierra Leone became. And as a matter of fact, that word Sierra Leone, una forget bottom. Una learn about the geographical area. That word Sierra Leone, a foreign word. Una learn about the geographical area. Because that geographical area been getting name in the past. It been get names as a matter of fact, not one name, names. Up to the British then come, that geographical area now been part of a bigger governance system what they call Koya Kingdom. We start from Guinea, you go to Liberia. Liberia was the king of Koya Kingdom. You were never told that. You were told he fought against the British, and the British made him surrender. They made you look small. Yes, Bible is Sierra Leonean, so we should make him look small. So Sierra Leoneans will believe they are small. Bible never fought a war. He never fired a bullet. Bible as king was approached, and he told them, I am just the head of other sub-kings and chiefs. I cannot agree on their behalf. Go and talk to them. They went south to Momoja in Pujong, to Bana Luis around the Shabu area. They started misusing and abusing them, and the people revolted. That's your tax war. Some man they call and the men they war. Kabure never fought. And the other two they not go tell you now, Babure no be ever go British school, but he teach himself for understand English. Even they read letters with the British, then they write to him. Just like my own great grandpa, he taught himself English, Arabic, and French, and he became interpreter. So the British colonialists them. Later he left them. He worked for CFAO. There are things Sierra Leoneans need to understand. We're going to make we understand all this thing. We were colonized, not only physically, but mentally. In 1961, they give we physical independence. They hold the money, then they hold the sense. 30 days, 80% of us are mentally colonized. 30 days. That's something we need to pay attention to and work on for make we get freedom. If Julius Maada could sit at State House and say to the BBC, I meet this place divided. Hey, boy, Demia, you know me, Demia. Life, you dey born, you meet problem. Now you duty for solve the problem, not to foresee and not able to solve them. If you're not able to solve them, then you don't tell we say you don't get the ability for sit also. Honestly, that was a statement you should never have made. Unable to solve the problem because yes, we meet the country divided, and we don't divide them further. Some of we they talk not only because we want recognition. We they talk let the people let know say we not get no business for be divided. That Kamara, that Kuruma, we born na Pujam. Na DNA blood relative to the one we born na Tonkolili, to the one we born na Cambia, the one we born na Koenadugu, where they call himself Mara, because the Mara of Koenadugu, Mara. You get Kuruma then day, you get Sise then day, you get Injai, you get Jawara. What did they tell you? They tell you say we connected to the upper Guinea coast because all the names then they all over. And they're all over. If you say you meet your divide, you not try to find out what in divide we. Let you left a legacy say, this man, now even then a power, where we unite. And Eskoma come, you gratitude and behavior committee, I mean. That was fine. That would have been best legacy we go left. Rather than he put people in there, we understand, it take people that get ego. We not even want to know what it means for them outside and they and destroy a whole legacy that you should have left. We don't need a peace commission in Sierra Leone. We need a commission we go research and understand how we all fumble. We go make we know say we all na fumble. When I know say this man na me fumble, if me have to be one pan and say me have to the code. When I know say that woman na me fumble, if I bring any funny idea how for misuse them, I go afraid. But we not get nothing at the point how we connect. So the currency of ethics, the currency of morals, we forgive it the only currency where they exist. Trust in our day na Sierra Leone. In our day, a lack of trust make we country this so. The population where we get is so small that the potentials within the country, if we get trust, if we able to keep ethical and moral standards, we don't develop 10, 15, 20, or even 100 times past how we develop so. Rather than we look at how we build them three things here, we talk about law. And the law cannot work where those things are absent. The law is just a prescription. The equivalent I say, take this medicine 3 times a day. If you not take it, you go die. If the person don't understand what it means, say, I for take this medicine and I for do this, why I take this medicine, he can still take the medicine and die. Medicine, they kill people in Sierra Leone because the ethics of medical practice not deal with the prescriptions when they give them. Then they sell medicine all over the place. Whether a good medicine, whether a fake one, nobody knows. Then they sell medicine all over the place. So medicine on one particular temperature, you don't expose to that temperature, you don't well. Then they sell medicine all over the place. Someday, where you go take them, you don't even know what thing for do when you take them. The way you take an antiseptic or antibiotic medicine. Certain foods and they wait enough for eat. Certain foods and they wait for eat. And if I come near them with multivites, do we know all of those things? We don't. I use the medical area as an example. Now the same with the laws of Sierra Leone. We have very beautiful laws in Sierra Leone. But the ethical and moral ingredients for use them laws then they for the good of the nation or they. When they misuse the laws and they abuse them. Now they then they call name judge. Are you surprised? No, I am not. I am not surprised. Laws are there as deterrent. Ethical and moral standards are there as guide. For guide we. The law not for guide you. The law not for deter you, tell you this is what should be done, this is not to be done. The ethical and moral standards, they tell you, when you are doing this, if even it's within the law, you get for be guided by this consideration. You get for use your discretion. These are the things that are absent in Sierra Leone. And that's why they wonder within them political parties here. They go do a lot of good for take time out and learn. And I get all the people there around, the plowman chiefs, then the tribal heads, and they although not don't, they call the institutions, they into, I don't know how to call it, fun. But there are cultural norms and practices, cultural values, where if una sit down, una research them things, then una go know exactly how it is to be a Sierra Leonean. What it means to be a Sierra Leonean. Then, the other thing I go advise in the educational sector. Today I read something where Gladys Small say kindergarten they don't begin come with more practical approach. I will encourage an improvement in that. I will encourage an improvement in that. I will encourage Leone try for introduce more of culturally oriented curriculum now we schooling systems. I go encourage for make una try for introduce more of practical hands-on education. We go take from we cultural knowledge into the educational system. That way, we build a nation with an identity. The Indians have done it. The Asians have done it. The Chinese have done it. India, when British man been there, they make a ram or lanky weapons in the Sidong, then Kerango, then call a rickshaw. Then go to they are attached bicycle to them. Then begin to ride with people. Now they don't make her into motor. Now they buy all over Africa. Salon they call them keke. The Indians, they modernize their culture. There are things in our culture that we can modernize. And this could make money for we. Mozambique, Madagascar. That's in who they make play in a salon, fear. It's earning them billions of dollars. Rafia is earning billions of dollars for Madagascar. It's a whole industry where the country they make foreign exchange from. They not go take care and other things for can make money. They improve on the cultural resource. They improve on the cultural base and knowledge. They are making money. Then then they make so, this raffia, then they export and come, they make billions of dollars from them. Then they make all kinds of things with them, and bag, clothes, everything, even furniture, decoration house. It's a multi-million-dollar business. They're able to do that because their education is tailored towards that. We education, they go tell about Napoleon Bonaparte. The Malvin, they drink whiskey, he kill in Fambulen in Europe. Then they go tell we about John Locke. We young philosopher then a salon, one day we'll not talk about them. We get philosophers them. We get people them, we been they post story, then they preach philosophy. One day we'll not talk about them. Because we not care for land but them. They are inferior. Because we have been brainwashed to believe that anything we come up from, we are inferior. We need for do more na Sierra Leone. We need for do more na Sierra Leone. Another thing we need for get clear. Modernization is not about going to buy what is produced elsewhere. It's about changing and improving what you have as yours to make them economic good or service in a modernization. The Ghanaians, the Ashanti people, let them dress like kente. They don't modernize them. It's a global commodity, but not the same method. How them they make and trade and still then they use that loom what they use for make country clothes. That loom what they use for make ronco. And then they use. It's a big industry in Ghana. Big not in terms of multinational, but the fact that plenty people involved, then they get their daily living from them. It's a big industry. It provide jobs. Job not day. Oh, job day. Only that your education not provide we with the knowledge to make we understand how to create them jobs then they. And it's not too late to correct it. Now we get National Youth Service. We get this. We get that. input cultural education into them things here. Get people to understand the cultural resources. We will produce goods and services. Get for doam. Give people a chance for create enterprises. We go earn their income. The more people where they earn income in Sierra Leone, the less the political crisis, the less the social problem, the less the dependency. Because more taxes go to come. Apc-Slpp. And I therefore come up from the zone of ignorance and begin think. If you guys think you're what you salt, if you claim to be educated as some of you claim, begin to think critically. The problems of Sierra Leone are not insurmountable. They are not. We can solve them within a decade, but it's up to you guys. Now, not careful, make up on our mind, say, we're ready for solve the problems of Sierra Leone. If we're not ready for solve them, if we're not ready for continue for life and the people and gaslight them, one day, the Lord get for a big power now. He get for a big power now. And I take example from what they go on around the world. People are getting impatient with politicians globally. Now is the time for you guys to sit down quietly and say, if 1 + 1 cannot be 2, how do we make it 3? Ask that question. If 1 + 1 cannot be 2 after 60 and more years, how can we make it 3? I don't think it's impossible to have an answer. There is always going to be an answer. But it has to be derived through inquest, research, and other such methods. We go allow now to see the light. It's all been small. Jimmy Cliff, the Jamaican musician and actor, who later I been said in a Muslim, he take the name Ashim Bashir. He sing a song, see, I can see clearly now. Rain is gone. Sierra Leone politicians, and if I begin look at the lyrics, when can you see clearly so that the rain will go away? And I get for try you. And I get for try. Sierra Leone needs to change. One thing I get for know, every country at a certain point in time in history, they get an opportunity to get a young, active population. And at that time, on a need for make more inputs for build up that population so that they will get the skills and the ability for promote industry, enterprise, and technology. China did that in 50 years. The generation of Chinese were Mao Zedong train and build up. Now they make China develop so. That generation is getting old. Yeah, China is soon going to be an aged population country. Just like how Europe now is an aged population country and region, I mean. America, same thing. Africa has one of the youngest population you can find on earth today. This is the time Africans need to sit down and plan. How do we empower this population? What kind of skills do we give them? What kind of diversity in the talent development must we inject into society? But if we grab, they take chemicals, go give them back. or make them they drunken all the time. Yeah, and I do nobody but now myself. And I do nobody but now myself. This is the time Africa, and especially a country like Sierra Leone, also you get over 60% of the population they below age 35. This is the time for Sidom as a country. We plan, voting for do, that we build skills in that population so that we go industrialize in the next 20 to 30 years, by which time some of we not get for there again. But if you not see, don't say, oh, I left the normal, they'll make we own. You go make your own, and the guy not get country for there. Because if Sierra Leone is going to be depopulated, and I cannot assure you this, think seriously and quietly about it. All the foreigners where they go Sierra Leone now, chances are 60 to 80% of them, they born picking in Sierra Leone. Them picking and they automatically by birth are citizens of Sierra Leone. And then foreigners where they go Sierra Leone now, where some of them, and then they go then drugs them, who not they allow not the society. They're not agree let them picking the engulf and anything there. Una de kill una young picking them. Then the cow na picking them don't die. Na foreigner picking they take over salon. If una not get the eye for see now, una minds them, una begin see now. There's a need for you guys to sober up. If it's money you want, there's potential in Sierra Leone. Just do what is right. China. When they tell Mao Zedong data now, one party then get the Communist Party. They have done what is right. All the politicians in China are multi-billionaires. They are very rich. They created it. They are enjoying the benefits of it. We now, with a pan-colonized mentality, we they look for shortcuts. All my make them. Yeah, we make them. Make them and die. Then he left generations for suffer, like Mansa Musa did. Mansa Musa had all gold. He took it to go make Cameroon by the ship. Now, then I history say now the richest man who ever lived. But where is the money? How much of it is affecting West Africa? Because if Mansa Musa not be waste their money, then wealth then they. Even Salon be for benefits from them, because Salon are part of West Africa. Sierra Leone was on the edge of the Mali Empire. Some of the people in the Mali Empire, then they inside Salon today. Yes. If those monies, that wealth of Mansa Musa was properly managed, it would have even been affecting Sierra Leone today. Oh, now why would they continue for make the same mistakes so the ancestors they make? It's time we wake up. Every day, I tell you on this channel, it's time we wake up. Wake up, Robin, say for take a class and ask go fetch. Now, brother and sister, wake up mean understand, say that man be brother. That man getting ability, getting potential. Law can sit down, law fan waiting for Duam, so things go better for we. Now we left there on the hand game, thinking that by doing that, we go make them fast. There is no fast making in life. You can get access to money today. If you not get the ability for sustain them, tomorrow they done. So you don't make them fast. You only go waste time. You go waste time. You don't see them plenty. People, they don't be minister, they don't be this, they don't be that. After power, they came back down. Why can't we look for sustainability? Why can't we look for continuity? What is so difficult about that? What is so difficult about that? Anyway, I think I've done justice today. Asanatu, welcome. Dante and I see you and I hear you. Welcome. I mean, they look your picture that I see, don't they get graduates and everything. Congratulations. You've done well for yourself by taking care of your family. Bafude, welcome, sir. Sankara, welcome. All the other people we know comment where they online, una welcome, una thank you for coming. Do ya, una shape this channel, una shape them, let people see. Una shape them, let people know say, somebody they talk a lot of nonsense will make sense. And nobody can stop me from talking this nonsense. Nobody. I will continue to talk this nonsense until it makes sense to people. Because the Sierra Leonean, if I can't sit down now, the cost mother bill, cost and exclusion, oh, almost 1,000 for the can and the clap, the comment. We cannot continue down that road. That road is not going to solve any problem. It's going to create more problems. And by the grace of God, I'm not going to ever subscribe to anything that create problem for Saloon. If I been for subscribe to anything for create problem for Saloon, I for join REF. You tell them they make be named in Uda involved. We told them, don't bring this nonsense to this place. Don't. Look at what they have done to a country. I have no business contributing to destroying my homeland. But I will talk, I will do, you are able for make me homeland, know waiting for do, how for do, so that things will go before. If we not there against if the one that would have left, they're able to do things go before. We would be in our graves happy souls watching what is going on. So una help for scatter this channel, una make let people they know, and of course, normally we can get telephone conversations, even though TV we not get. I can put the number up. We are not do today. Like just put up, let people and see. We can get telephone conversations. Let everybody feel free for can talk. The only thing, no can tell me what APC better as SLPP. No can cause now. I know them two parties then they know me. If you think you are supporting SLPP because of Julius Madabio, go and ask him if he knows Boijala. I don't need for favor to anybody. I need for talk for Sierra Leone. I need for do a thing to make Sierra Leone a better place. So, anybody, they feel free for call and let's have a conversation. If you want for me to get a conversation, now discuss what you go do, let's say Leone go before. If you feel say because you know APC, boy they can't talk now say APC and SLPP now ignorant and they you feel offended, well that's your business. Well if you want call me, let's talk. I will tell you why I say now ignorant and did it. Yes, there. Both parties. Also a fool and did it. Chief man and Lyman, Akatai and Piuma Moid. They're not even know what for do for make Salon a better place. Maybe if we look at what for look at, we'll get young generation of politicians who will come up, we then go begin understand what for do. So I tell you now, thank you. And help me for shape this channel. Let we build up. And before I go, I work on a project where I know be want make and public it, but I think it's time people begin to know about it. I am structuring an educational site where I will begin put courses them online. Then at the same time, I will begin publish ebook them, where people then go pay some amount of money for. Now, yeah, the ebooks and get for there and not put the 8. The courses then get for there and not put the 8. But I guess some other courses the will be don't begin make. Look at them. Now then this, and I can look at them. This all now issues connected with how we for develop ourselves. That's my politics. How for develop ourselves. How for make ourselves a better place. And nobody can stop me for that politics there. And very soon I get for go take party membership card on SLPP. So I go the SLPP or the APC. We will not mix on this division. And to God when I go now, they give me that party membership card. And I thank you for listening to me. And I have a nice weekend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let God keep with you next week. Now bye.
Is Julius Maada Bio, the de facto president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, teaching Sierra Leoneans some lessons in critical living? Is he a factor of a new mentality that shall make Sierra Leoneans understand certain values of collective coexistence?
A critical awakening in Sierra Leone. The unintended lessons of Julius Maada Bio's presidency. When Julius Maada Bio became president in 2018, he promised a new direction, focused on education, justice, unity, and inclusive development. His eloquent speeches inspired hope in a nation hungry for change. However, as his presidency has unfolded, a different story has emerged, marked not by fulfilled promises, but by deepening economic hardship, growing insecurity, and widespread public disillusionment. One of the most alarming developments under Bio's leadership is the rise of Sierra Leone as a hub for drug trafficking, particularly the spread of Kush, a dangerous synthetic drug. This substance is destroying lives, especially among the youth, and has overwhelmed families and communities. Allegations of official complicity and ineffective law enforcement have led many to describe Sierra Leone as evolving into a narco state, where criminal networks thrive alongside weakened state institutions. Economically, Sierra Leone is trapped in stagflation, a combination of high inflation and low economic growth. Prices for essentials such as food, fuel, and transportation have soared, while wages remain stagnant and youth unemployment continues to climb. The government's reliance on donor funding and external loans has not translated into local economic empowerment or job creation. Many citizens are now forced to make painful choices just to survive, eroding trust in state leadership and exposing the limits of government policies. Public services have also deteriorated. The much publicized free quality education program suffers from overcrowded classrooms, unpaid teachers, and inadequate resources. The gap between the government's promises and the lived reality of the population has grown ever wider. Despite this grim outlook, a new form of awareness is emerging. Across the country, especially among the youth and professionals, there is a growing sense of political consciousness and civic engagement. Citizens are becoming more vocal, organizing protests and demanding accountability from leaders. The protests in 2022, though marred by violence, reflected a collective demand for dignity, justice, and meaningful governance. In this context, President Bio's greatest legacy may be the unintended political awakening of the people. His administration's failures have taught Sierra Leoneans to think critically about leadership and governance. They are learning that true development must be people-driven and grounded in action, not rhetoric. This rising consciousness may yet become the foundation for a more accountable and citizen-led future for Sierra Leone.
What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos, it's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they